Give me leg. Get on my head. Hey! What? What? Baby. Baby, don't trip. Hold on. Hello, and welcome to an episode of Just Another Film Guy. Wait, hold on. I thought we were changing that.
The name was chosen before you got the job.
Okay, smartass. Well, I'm here now, and we'll change that. So here we go. Let's cross out that A-L. How about that? Now, hello, and welcome to...
That.
Yes, I can. And I just did. Now on to the intro. Just Another Film Guy is not a normal gear review channel. Here, not only do we review, inform, and educate our viewers about film industry, equipment, and techniques, we also give you a look into this wild and crazy film family. With clever use of creative short film and a bit of reality TV, while showcasing products, we hope that we can leave you educated, entertained, and humored. Hello, and welcome to Just Another Film Gal. Today's episode is all about great video maker slides. Wait, that's really the name though? Is that really the name?
Yeah.
All right. A lot of thinking probably went into that though, I'm sure. So today's video is all about GVM sliders. For those of you that don't know, GVM stands for Great Video Maker. Really? Great Video Maker? You couldn't come up with a better name than Great Video Maker? How about Awesome Video Maker? I mean, are you guys settling at just great? The name screams amateur, but it's the product pro quality. Let's open it up and take a look.
This is the mechanical adjusting wheels. This is how you, if you pay attention to this little wheel right here, this is how it turns, it decides what it's going to do at different points. This is the motor. Now when you get yours, it comes with an extra belt. And sometimes when the motor sits like this and it keeps this for a while, a lot of people say, well, they're getting this jump in the middle of their motor. And if you look really, really close on this line right here, you can see a little bit of an indent that is from the motor just sitting there in that spot for so long. Let me see if I can put on this camera. I don't know if you can see it on either one of those cameras, but there's a little line right there. I don't know if you can see it that well. But that's from this coming. Now there's ways of getting rid of that. You can sit in some hot water for a little while. It'll remove it quite quickly if you want perfect slides. Now I never use a full slide. If I run the whole slide, I'll probably only use this section right here, or maybe this section over here. So having a little bump right here doesn't really kill me unless that was the perfect section that I wanted to use. But again, I very rarely use a whole slide. The motor, pretty solid. Makes a little bit of noise. Not the quietest motor in the world. If you're using it for product video work, the motor won't bother you. If you are using it for an interview and you happen to have this close enough to the microphone, you will hear the step motor a little bit. Not too much though. It's not something that you can't get over, or that when sent to a mix house they can't get rid of, and that background music won't completely get rid of. I'm not really a big fan of this metal rod. And on the other one, they changed it from this type of metal rod to a circular one, and it seems a little bit smoother. It's one piece of aluminum that is bent to give you that rail and then shaped and molded. I don't think this has a 30-pound load capacity because it's this one solid piece of hard metal. And you know, it's very rigid. There's no real way to twist it or anything like that. There's multiple ways to mount these. You can rather take this and mount directly to the middle a tripod plate. and then mount it onto your tripod. And that's one way of doing it. Unfortunately, when you do that way, your weight is balanced out in the center, so as you try to use this 30-pound load capacity and it slides up and down, you're gonna get this to tilt on that tripod unless you have a very high-end tripod. And if you're buying a $309 slider, I doubt that you have the type of tripod you would need to be able to mount this from the middle and make it work. So the biggest flaw of this slider is how you mount it. This is the biggest. They've given you quite a few options for mounting. But the best and simplest way you can mount the slider to a stand, they completely forgot about. So you have a screw hole here, screw hole here, screw hole here, screw hole here, screw hole here. All great, all standard sizes, 1/4 and 1/8 inch screw holes. 1/4 inch is usually what you're gonna slide your stand on, your tripod head is usually gonna fit there. 1/8 inch is usually gonna be the top of your light stands. So the little knob that's screwed on, you got a little rubber knob screwed on both your light stands if you have a cheap light stand, or even on top of your nice expensive C-stands. A lot of them have these little mini baby pin connectors with a little screw hole on top. And you screw those screws off, and you can now take these little light stands and you can screw them into these little holes right here. And you take these little holes right here, and you can screw these into this. Now this is the absolute best way to mount this stand. And the reason that it is because to buy 2 tripod stands to mount it on would run you 3 times as much as the slider itself. So if I wanted to put a tripod on this side and a tripod on this side, I mean, a Manfrotto, nice little Manfrotto, inexpensive tripod on this side, and one on this side, it would cost me about $350 to put one on this side, $350 to put one on this side. Now this $309 slider has 2 $350 stands on it. Now this stand will run you about 50 bucks tops. You can get 2 of them from B&H at about 50 bucks. I'll put the link aside. And taking this stand right here and screwing it in this way will give you 2 stands that open up completely and give you a much more solider base with a lower level. So you can go down. Now you can go lower than you would with, say, the average video tripod stand. You could also mount one of these in the middle. Now, I said in the beginning that they gave you a bunch of stands. You're probably sitting there saying, hey, Roland, that is an awesome way to mount it. It's inexpensive and a great way to mount it. Now, here's why I say they screwed up. If you notice, if you can look right now at that top camera, you can see little tiny metal shavings. Little tiny metal shavings that just came out. Those metal shavings are brand new. Those metal shavings came from me screwing in and out this. Also, if it's screwed all the way in, this top right here will not move because this metal piece right here is actually longer or thicker than the metal you're screwing into. So now you can't move that pan and tilt head. So what my wife actually did is she grinded hers down. Yes, that film girl. She grinded hers down, and so that hers can slide back and forth and it slides in easy. As a matter of fact, we got some video footage today. Go ahead and go to the footage. Told you she did. But anyway, she grinded hers down and gave me a great idea. So I went around to the studio and I grabbed a couple of them up and ground some of them down after she did it, and it worked. And it's been doing us quite well that way. But again, now back to why they made a huge, huge mistake. Had they put, listen GVM, great video maker that made a great mistake. If instead of putting these holes here that interfere with how you move this, and you did it on the 10 pounds, you moved them here, which was still better than having them here, but still foolish. Instead of even putting holes here or putting holes here, how about you put a mini baby pin receiver so that I can slide this right on, any baby pin attachment, screw in from the side like you do with every major slider in every real video film, or every real film set. So those of you who are home filmmakers and YouTubers, which you don't understand about these slider mechanisms, is that on a major film set, you would take a slider like this, and on the side of the sliders, you would have baby pin receivers. These baby pin receivers would slide on top of your C-stand or your low boys, whatever stands you got sitting around, and you screw them right on real tight, and you're off to the races. It takes about 2 seconds to drop 2 stands down, another 2 seconds to grab a slider and drop it on top, twist the sides down, and you're ready to go. Do not take it out of GVM for not adding baby pin receivers, ifootage, Edelkrone. They all forgot that too, and I don't understand because I guess if you don't know, you don't know. But baby pin receivers on the sides would save you money. You can just put a block of plastic right there with a screw on the side that fits over a baby pin, and that screws down. No one will ever complain about your slider tilting again. No one will ever be spending a bunch of money on expensive stands for their sliders again. And you'd be doing your consumers a great favor. So we have a couple of videos we're gonna play for you in which I used this particular slider, and we used it for the smoothness. And one of them is Diane Hendricks. She's a young lady that has a cooking show. Please check her out. She's on Food TV and the Food Network. And in doing her show, we used this particular slider. And we also used this particular slider in a show for Cultured AF Studios, in which they were discussing how the coronavirus is affecting business for them and in the art community. And then we did a commercial for the Richardson Agency, which is a law agency, and we used the slider also. So out of those videos, you're gonna get to see some of the footage. So you're gonna be able to see some of that footage, and you're gonna be able to see how smooth some of the sliders are. I'm gonna be very specific as to which slider you're looking at in the bottom corner. You're gonna be able to see if it's the 10-pound slider or the 30-pound slider, the aluminum slider or the carbon fiber. Now the carbon fiber is the 10-pound slider, and the 30-pound slider is the aluminum-built slider.
My name is Juanita Austin. My background is I currently own Cultured Studios, which is an art lounge in New London, Connecticut. We've been open and operating for the last year, and it kind of started from the brand I created called Cultured AF, which is an arts and culture and entertainment lifestyle brand. I'm also currently working at Connecticut College in the art department. I am the academic department assistant for art studio and art history. And basically what I do there is help manage the department and the programs that they have. And so my first position back here in New London was working for a nonprofit arts gallery. That's the area and the field that I wanted to work in.
Hi, I'm Diane Hendricks, and welcome to Fresh to Frozen and Back. This episode is all about prunes and dates. They are absolutely delicious, and you don't want to overlook them.
Hello, my name is Zaire, and this show, Just Another Film Guy, is a Fambula family production. And this name might be a little bit misleading, but it's because my father is selfish, and he was only thinking about himself when he thought of the name. So being the children of a wannabe filmmaker, we go hungry often. Our clothes are made out of gaff tape, and if you don't wrap our cables over and under, we get beat. So sometimes Dad can only feed us HDV tapes and SD cards. Don't worry, my mom controls all the money now. So if you donate to feed the Fambulas, my dad won't see a penny of it. So please, feed the Fambulas. Take Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. But if you have any other way to give us money, we'll figure out what to get that to. And to donate, the links are below. No, really, the links are actually below. Like, if you click down. Don't click off the video. You see like that little arrow? Press that. Press it, people. Thank you. Peace out, party peoples.